Ladies, gentlemen and graduates, welcome to this Birmingham City University Award ceremony. This is a formal ceremony, but we do want you all to enjoy yourselves. Please clap and cheer as loudly as you can, and feel free to take photographs, whilst making sure you don't block the view of those around you. If young children get restless, please take them out of the hall, and door stewards will show you to a viewing room where you can still see the ceremony. Finally, please turn all mobile phones to silent during the ceremony. Now, as the processions enter the hall, please stand.
I declare this congregation open. Please be seated. I preside over this ceremony as Chancellor of the University, an office which is held by each Lord Mayor of Birmingham. And I'm delighted to have this opportunity to participate in such a wonderful celebration of our students' achievements. I now call upon the Vice-Chancellor to give the opening address. Thank you.
Chancellor, Lady Mayoress, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and of course all our graduands. As Vice-Chancellor of the University, I'm absolutely delighted to welcome you to this morning's award congregation. This is one of 7 we're holding throughout the week, and what a week it's been so far. Fantastic way of celebrating your success. And it's great to see so many of you here this morning with your families, your partners, your friends, in what I hope you agree is an incredibly special venue, this marvellous Symphony Hall, in which to acknowledge and celebrate our students' achievements. One of the greatest pleasures for me leading a university is to actually take part in all of these ceremonies, because it's essentially what all of us on this platform are about. From the day you applied to join us at the university, everything we've done together has been leading to today. It's a day when we can truly celebrate your studies and your success. This has been my first full academic year as Vice-Chancellor of Birmingham City University, and what a year it's been. We opened the Parkside building, our new state-of-the-art Centre for Media and Design. We've started on the construction on the next building, moving into Eastside in the city centre, building our new city centre campus. We launched the Birmingham City University International College in Bourneville to help provide more pathways for international students into the university. We've made a big contribution, an early contribution to the school system here in Birmingham by supporting City Road Academy as part of the Birmingham City University Academies Trust. And we brought together all of the creative talent of all of our creative and cultural courses under the banner of the Inspired Festival to showcase the final year's work of all of our final year students in those subjects. And our student numbers have continued to increase as more and more students apply to come to Birmingham City University, and that seems as though it will continue into 2014 as well. So your university continues to be an incredibly popular university. This year, the university also set out its vision for where we want to be in 2020. And the cornerstone of that vision is transformation. We'll seek to transform your university. We'll also transform practice through the research and the knowledge generated by many of our academic staff and how they use that in working with business, the professions, and industry. We'll also help to transform this city and the region in terms of its social, cultural, and economic growth. And also through our teaching, through our support, and through our focus on practice-based education, we hope to transform our future students. And as you cross this stage this morning, you're very much the living embodiment of that transformation. Graduates, today is very much your day. It's a day I hope you'll begin to reflect on your time as a student over the last 3 or 4 years. Your experiences both in terms of your studies and in terms of your personal life, the personal growth that you had over those few years. It's also a day to celebrate the things you've learned and the friendships you've made, and I'm sure you made many friendships while you were here. And of course, it's a day to feel truly proud of yourselves for what you've achieved. It's also a day to look forward. It's not just about the end of your studies, but it's also about the beginning of the next chapter of your lives. And of course, as you move on to new things, all of us here on this platform this morning are fully aware of the challenges that face you in what is essentially still quite a difficult economic climate, where the job market is still relatively tough. But we know that you are prepared to meet those challenges. The skills that you now have are a product of our university's distinctive focus on professional and creative practice. We've set out not just to give you the knowledge around the subject, but also to provide you with a practical and real-world experience as a result of the type of education you've had with us. We at Birmingham City University are very proud of our applied and practice-based form of higher education because we believe it's relevant to the needs of industry, employers, society, and of course, you, our students. Your experience has also been informed by highly applied and often world-leading research and scholarly activity from our academic staff, many of whom are sat on the platform today joining in the celebration of your success. Many of them themselves are practitioners in their chosen field, not just academic staff. And of course, it's also been co-designed and shaped by employers, professions, and practitioners as well. And finally, it's been shaped by you. This university, your university, is highly regarded around the country for the level of active engagement we have with our students. So this morning is an opportunity for me to thank you for the contribution that you've made to your university. You've helped shape our courses, you've sharpened our thinking, you've given us ideas and suggestions how to improve. You've really helped to enhance the university. So thank you for everything that you've put in while you've been with us over the last 3 or 4 years. This morning, we're celebrating the success of students graduating from the Faculty of Technology, Engineering and the Environment. And it's clearly a faculty that covers a broad range of subjects and disciplines: engineering, computing, built environment, digital media technology. And so in preparing for today, I considered what actually might unite you all across these disciplines. And I believe what unites you is the impact that you'll all have on the world around us, both physical and virtual. Without you, our buildings, towns, cities won't function, our cars won't run, our entertainment systems will have nothing to broadcast. Without the IT networks you will build and protect, our businesses will grind to a halt. You'll keep us safe, online and offline, in our homes and on the road, and many of you will also help us keep the planet safe. Much of the work you will do will be behind the scenes, invisible to the public who will actually benefit from it. But it's absolutely vital work that you'll do, and that's why we're celebrating your achievements in those subjects that are crucially important to us all and how the modern world now functions. To borrow from Professor Mark Reed's introduction, one of our faculty's first research journal launched just this year, your faculty focuses on applying research and real-world challenges, attempting to make the world a better place, rather than just generating knowledge for the sake of it. And examples of this from your faculty included Mark's own work leading on the development of the UK peatland code, a vital tool in giving business the confidence to support peatland management in the countryside. Another highlight this year was the collaboration with the UK motorsport entrepreneur and manufacturer Spencer Ashley and the DYPC DC Centre of Automotive Research in Pune in India, where colleagues launched the innovative car with zero exhaust emissions. Hopefully this design will be proved to be the world's first affordable hydrogen fuel cell mass transport vehicle, and what an exciting prospect that could be if it does develop. Working in partnership with industry is fundamental to your faculty as a whole, and later this morning you'll hear about our honorary doctorate recipient, who is Phil Smith, Chief Executive UK and Ireland of Cisco Systems Limited. Our university is the leading Cisco Systems UK training centre here in the UK, and that's a strong example of the type of industry partnerships that we seek here in the university. We're also one of Microsoft's leading UK-based academies. Our industry advisory board includes senior representatives from Apple, Oracle, IBM, Capita, Nationwide Building Society, E.ON, JCB, to name just a few. Those have been helping to inform the work of your faculty. We're also developing closer relations with the BBC. For those of you in digital media, the BBC Academy will be coming to Birmingham. Its Director General, Tony Hall, recently called our city the place to be for the new skills in digital innovation, as bodies such as the BBC will make Birmingham and the region one of the centres for digital innovation in the media area. So what does this all mean for you? Well, You represent the university's majority STEM graduates, that is, the collective disciplines in science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and environment. And successive governments have understood and promoted the importance of the national economy of these subjects. The UK is now the world's 6th largest manufacturer, and engineering turnover is about £800 billion a year. So the UK clearly punches above its weight, and it punches above its weight in research in these subjects as well. While we make up only 1% of the world's population, we produce about 10% of the world's top scientific research in areas surrounding some of your disciplines. So the knowledge, skills, and experience you've gained during your time here at BCU will be in demand among employers because you are very much from the STEM subjects. And even if you pursue a career in a field different to your specific subject or course, the analytical and numerical skills that you now have are highly prized amongst employers. For example, the Confederation of British Industry in 2012 found that while only 20% of jobs required a specific degree discipline, 50% of employers prefer to recruit students from the STEM disciplines. That's you. And you're stepping out also into a world of constant innovation and rapid development. Many of the jobs that I'm sure many of you will undertake in the next 10 or so years don't even exist yet, such is the likelihood of change. But we're confident that as a result of your studies, not only will you have the subject knowledge, you'll have the skills, the capabilities, the competencies to adapt to this fast-changing world, and not only be part of it, but also many of you will be inventing the new jobs in the future in your future careers and shaping those new jobs as well. Be confident about what you will be able to bring to the table in your future careers. And be confident too that you will be part of a university that will support you throughout your career. And I hope every graduate here today realizes that you will continue to be part of that community. You'll become part of an outstanding body of alumni, shaping the world, unlocking creative genius, many of others who are already out there improving health and well-being, boosting the economy, managing our environment. You'll be joining them, and therefore we'll want to keep in touch with you. So you will join automatically our alumni association, and we'd love to keep in touch with you. You'll be hearing about the success of one of our existing alumni who graduated a number of years ago. There are many others, and we want to hear how you go on to shape the world and how you go on to be successful. So do keep in touch with us. Graduates, I'm sure you will be successful in your futures. I'm sure your studies will stand you in good stead for the many challenges that face you. And when you collect your certificate today, when you graduate, have a look at the university coat of arms. In it, there is the university motto, which says, Age quod agis, which means do and be the best. And as you move on to the next stage of your lives, make sure that you do and be the best. Enjoy the rest of the day. It's a fantastic day. It's all about you. Very well done. Congratulations. I now call upon the Executive Dean of the Faculty of Computing, Engineering and Built Environment, Professor Mel Lees, to commence the presentation of award holders and on the Chancellor to receive our students.
Chancellor, as Executive Dean, I present students from the Faculty of Technology, Engineering and the Environment who have qualified for the award of degrees, diplomas and certificates. I commence by presenting candidates for the award of research degrees. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled Local Projects for Sustainable Energy, Exploring the Nature of Success, I present Dr. Rebecca Annabel Collins. I invite Chris Conway to present award holders from the Birmingham School of the Built Environment.
Master of Science in Construction, Charlotte Candy. Master of Arts in Environmental and Spatial Planning, with distinction, Rosanna Jane Paget. Joanne Orton. Master of Science in Real Estate Management, Kelly Kaliksang Monshua. Bachelor of Science with Honours in Architectural Technology, with First Class Honours, Mohammed Anwar Ali. With First Class Honours, Hersha Bondia. With First Class Honours, Luke Andrew Clark. With First Class Honours, Rafael Mikhail Desesats. With First Class Honours, Harvel Hamundi. With First Class Honours, Haroon Hanif. With First Class Honours, Fetsiav Krishimov Milkov. With First Class Honours, Benjamin Douglas Miller. With First Class Honours, Samit Bharat Patel. With First Class Honours, Andrew Arthur Rowland Sanders. With First Class Honours, Claire Alice Smith. Mohammed Amir. Sarah Zarain Abdul Hussain. Amar Hassan Amora. Nick Gallia. Shiraz Iqbal. John Osikafi Olasei Johnson. Jagdip Singh Lal. Sesof Elias Mahilali. Shoka. Avtar Singh. Dominic Edmund Paul Skinner. Dominique Anna Tabira Tunstall. Oliinka Oliwaratami Babatund Akintoye. Mefuzul Elam. Andrew Muncy. Ahmed Kasim Murad. Ravina Renzi. Bachelor of Science with Honours in Building Surveying, with First Class Honours, Imran Ali. With First Class Honours, James William Haslam. With First Class Honours, Gopal Singh Verdi. Emmanuel Sedudzi Akalatsi. Daniel David Bateman. Glenn Christopher Corkin. Joshua Thomas Davies. Amritpal Dillon. Mangesh Gupta. Christian Ashley Halford. Samuel Nicholas Jarvis. Kudze Arnold Mohniera. Jonathan Powell. Mohammed Hashim Tariq. Mario Valerio. Malgorzata Velta. Jastinder Singh Bengal. James Alexander Fawcett. Ross Anthony Wooten. Bachelor of Science with Honours in Construction Management, with First Class Honours, Suzanne Jane Buckley. With First Class Honours, Scott Robert Perrins. With First Class Honours, Amir Salim. With First Class Honours, Rajan Sahanta. Mohammed Farhan Ashik. Govinda Singh Gill. Nikesh Patel. Sandeep Patel. Yaneet Patel. Zavib Shafiq. Amrita Kaur Chana. Thakarai Marvin Dlakama. Michael Anthony Jacob. Roshan Bimji Lakman. Oswin Mithuran Thamabalan. Bachelor of Science with Honours in Construction Management and Economics, Amadeep Singh Semi. Bachelor of Science with Honours in Construction Quantity Surveying, with First Class Honours, Harpal Singh Bogle. Mark David Ills. Bachelor of Science with Honours in Planning and Development, Ryan Sullivan. Bachelor of Science with Honours in Planning, Environment and Development, with First Class Honours, David James Ellen. With First Class Honours, James Robert Lloyd. Sukhjeevan Bradman Singh Baines. Callum Stephen Barnes. Philip Etherton. Jack Edward Jones. Alistair Richard Needle. James George Platt. Justin Anthony Reed-Weeks. Michael Akabajo. Elizabeth Sarah Smith. Bachelor of Science with Honours in Property and Construction, Karamjit Kalon. Ambreen Khan. Bachelor of Science with Honours in Quantity Surveying, with First Class Honours, Gary Andrew Burns. With First Class Honours, David John Fogg. With First Class Honours, Jessica Charlotte Kingston. With First Class Honours, Kevin Barry McHale. With First Class Honours, Alex Neal. With First Class Honours, Ben Partridge. With First Class Honours, Elizabeth Patterson. With First Class Honours, Jennifer Hannah Simmons. With First Class Honours, Kieran Paul Smith. With First Class Honours, Daniel Robert Williams. Avgustinus Anatolis. Sean Aaron Narendra Chidzama. Dimitri Constantinou. Omar Farouk. Stuart Frank Jones. Claire Jacqueline Kavanagh. Justice Conscious. Jamie Mark Loughlin. Ebony Elizabeth Rose. Tamas Chukunjinju Unchendu. Derek Fair. Jake Stephen Lally. Dominic Luke Mayer. Naeem Saheed. Jamie Adam Sheehan. Michael Lloyd Young. Luke Everest. Bachelor of Science with Honours in Real Estate, with First Class Honours, Adam Bartlett. With First Class Honours, Jelena Gasaka. With First Class Honours, Ishmael Ajibadi Adimola Kabolahan Jinadu. With First Class Honours, Nick Andre Krasman. With First Class Honours, Hayley Miles. With First Class Honours, Devinder Singh Nagra. With First Class Honours, Lauren Elizabeth Williams. With First Class Honours, Rebecca Ann Yates. Thomas Matthew Arnold. Thomas James Baker. Elliot Michael Brighton. Matthew Englander. Alexia Helena Frizou. Elliot John Sidney Morell. Olatosin Demilola Onigboji. James Joseph Enright. Lidiana binti Moshidi. Olamaiwa Osunkinley. Mohammed Umar Dogar. Higher National Certificate in Construction, Ashley David Armstrong. Bachelor of Science with Honours in Sound Engineering and Production, with First Class Honours, Finley John Lucian Reid. This concludes the presentation of awards from the Birmingham School of the Built Environment.
I now invite Max Sharma to present the award holders from the School of Computer, Telecommunications and Networks.
Master of Science in Business Computing, with distinction, Deepa Linganraj. Subhamir Utio David. Margaret Elise Moshi. Master of Science in Data Networks and Security, Shamshuddin Banadede Mohammed. Ahmed Timatope Onoko. Master of Science in Telecommunications, Onoleke Ininkandeli. Clifford Imusegi. Moses Wangi. Yoshua Isa. Bachelor of Science with Honours in Business Information Technology, with First Class Honours, Lirintu Apolostolusu. With First Class Honours, Alicia Araf. With First Class Honours, Jagvir Gill. With First Class Honours, Christopher Thomas Goodman. With First Class Honours, Alexandra Rachel Grant. With First Class Honours, Oliver David Hofford. With First Class Honours, David Allen Peniel. With First Class Honours, Mark Gary Richardson. With First Class Honours, Nathan Neil Roberts. With First Class Honours, Adam Thomas Smith. With First Class Honours, Javaraya Sultana. With First Class Honours, Ashingim Wat. With First Class Honours, Mohammed Yaqub. Adelopo Anatobo Adelofi. Alpha Perry. Robert Michael Chapman. Thomas John Constable. Emmanuel Tankwa. Arjun Singh Gaming. Amanda Ali Hassan. Simran Kaur. Miriam Mughal. Adelope Noami Odifin. Arena Rani. Nawaz Rahman. Chung Wing Wong. Q Zhu. Rubel Zhao. Sardara Singh Bilku. Umar Bilal Hussain. Tareen Simpson. Ashley Takachuru Nikuju. Junior Mohammed Tahir. Walid Nasser Ali Al-Mubarak. Certificate of Higher Education in Business Information Technology, Nichali Kandasamy. Bachelor of Science with Honours in Computer Games Technology, with First Class Honours, Jonathan Anthony Andrews. With First Class Honours, Daminder Singh Akhtar. With First Class Honours, Maxi Jacob Whelan Mackenzie. Jack Adam Duffy. Michael James Ross. Muhammad Alaf Uddin. Mohammed Chowdhury. Bachelor of Science with Honours in Computer Networks, with First Class Honours, Adam Dean Bringworth. With First Class Honours, Kelvin Jose Sebastian Fernandez. With First Class Honours, Daniel Robert Key. With First Class Honours, Daniel Wright. Sukraj Singh Chana. Davir Gent. Matthew Medea. Sapadea Makelia Debra. Ronald Mukutwindu Matunda. Nisam Gaya Muhammad Najee. Majid Rashid. Julian Turana. Jonathan David Wright. Mujahidi Amibola Balagun. Muhammad Islam Ikram. Bachelor of Science with Honours in Computer Networks and Security, with First Class Honours, Laura Cracknell. With First Class Honours, Michael Hughes. With First Class Honours, Peter John Ireland. With First Class Honours, Ryan James New. With First Class Honours, Ali Saeed Kali. Muhammad Gazanfir. Joe James Hollingsworth. Omar Hussain. Ikra Mazar. Owen Mer. Irene Lubimbi Gonzo. Kun Ma. Agar Masian. Muhammad Said Salim. Yang Yu. Uma Amina. Certificate of Higher Education in Computer Networks and Security, Tyler Leon Trevor Jones. Bachelor of Science with Honours in Computer Science, with First Class Honours, Suleiman An Ani. With First Class Honours, Muhammad Amir Hamaz Aziz. With First Class Honours, Pamandi Bahia. With First Class Honours, Liam James Cutley. With First Class Honours, Baljit Singh Chanda. With First Class Honours, Maria Capricen Kokobro. With First Class Honours, Emmett James Cooper. With First Class Honours, Joshua Connor Doolan. With First Class Honours, Shabib Ahmed Zia Hussain. With First Class Honours, Zishan Hussain. With first class honours, Hamid Kadrian. With first class honours, Kiran Augustine May. With first class honours, Yagnesh Patel. With first class honours, Mumano Rahman. With first class honours, Ashley Kevin Smith. With first class honours, Miriama Stalianu. With first class honours, Muhammad Tabriz. With first class honours, Christopher Peter Leonard Vickers. With first class honours, Craig Webb. With first class honours, Tammy Jessica Joshua. Khalid Ahmed. Abbas bin Alayi. Harun Tasim Azad. Manmeet Singh Rock. Emma Bull. Rajindeep Singh Kandola. Abraham Dahman. Ryan George Goodman. Muhammad Rizwan Hamajuddin. Mahadev Bhavisham Shanafi. Kamar Razak. Fahim Bachkara. Andrew David Williams. Ruhal Alam. Taqib Amjad. James Edward Baggett. Kisir Ann Chikwa. Gohar Arun Mumtaz. Joel Benjamin Preston. Stanley Tatenda Sungma. Shung Ying Tang. Andreas Gillis. Melissa Sharon Thompson. Bachelor of Science with Honours in Computing and Electronics, Mahid Majedi. Bachelor of Engineering with Honours in Electronic Engineering, with First Class Honours, Sunil Chahal. Avnish Neil Chowdhury, with First Class Honours. Again with First Class Honours, Stanley David Checkett. First Class Honours, Fulin Chen. With First Class Honours, Maharaj Singh. With First Class Honours, Rajan Joseph Kalef. With First Class Honours, Fahad Kadim Adagrandi. With First Class Honours, Aleem Razak Kahana. With First Class Honours, Vadim Plunuk. With First Class Honours, Shian Tun Hugan. With First Class Honours, Azishan Sekinder. With First Class Honours, Mambir Singh Sindhu. With First Class Honours, Robert Scott Waters. Henry Benjamin. Reese Dominic Bevan. Hisham Zim Mohammed. Latobe Amaledi Akadenu. Arvinda Sidhu. Bachelor of Science with Honours in Forensic Computing, with First Class Honours, Omar Hamza Ali. With First Class Honours, Andreas Andrelius With first class honours, Matthew James Andrews. With first class honours, Natasha J. Crumley. With first class honours, Daniel Brown. With first class honours, Katreza Selina Guada. First class honours, Caroline Gregory. With first class honours, Mark Michael Holden. With first class honours, Jake Benjamin Hopkins. With first class honours, Andrew William Kinden. With first class honours, Christopher Gary Martin. With first class honours, Alexandra Philip Paul. With first class honours, Christopher Robert Taylor. With first class honours, Oliver James Lemon. Muhammad Akhtar. Muhammad James Blackburn. Matthew James Blackburn. Christopher Burrows. Georgia Elizabeth Cash. Tom Collins. Russell Allen Dunn. Laura Ann Koshaw. Pavandeep Gill. Joshua Benjamin Lacey. Andrea Elena Marintu. Esther Orlonu Thomas. Pranaya Maketa Dika. Teja Piyush Patel. Sean Jean Dominic Ruddock. Certificate of Higher Education in Forensic Computing, Mohammed Haider Mirza. Bachelor of Science with Honours in Information Communication Technology, with first class honours, Sadia Ali. With first class honours, Chad Samuel Kosa. With first class honours, Imran Salim Chakri. With first class honours, Matthew Edward Coburn. With first class honours, Amy Elizabeth Evans. With first class honours, Muhammad Issa Khan. With first class honours, Nicole Maria Jones. With first class honours, James Lee. With first class honours, Alice Constance Lynn. With first class honours, Kanesh Diraja Mistry. With first class honours, Tumpe Khalifa Mayo. With first class honours, Stacey Lee Irene Watkins. With first class honours, Philip Kovalenko. Cumbria Alan Tchaikovsky. Alistair Michael Dudley. Marcus Christopher Jones. Hayley Elizabeth Morton. Abukadir Omar. Damesh Pankahanya. Natasha Patel. Josh Andrew Powell. Simran Semi. Dilraj Singh. Jordan Tart. Harith Omar Abukar. Chinkuru Agu. Aska Akhtar. Ramandeep Kaur Chatta. Dean Chirikenia. Saleh Jamal Hussain. Harinder Singh Johal. Gopal Lakan. Bernice Lau. Michael Tatenda Mahanana. Sharon Alenga. Tinsa Miao. Kinchoku Okanfo. Sarah Majid Qureshi. Nathan Alexandra Rowe. Kaspal Singh. Ricky Dasharan Singh Sandhu. Wakar Tariq. Magezi Indigalu Sydney Hashabangu. Anushka Vora. Rayleigh Wang. James Kenny Adebola Ikembodu. Minette Caroline Birch. Charles Thomas Hayes. Asim Shazad Hussain. Bachelor of Engineering with Honours in Telecommunications and Networks with First Class Honours, Ahmad Hassan. Abubakar Muhammad Ali Al-Bakari. Jingi Lee. Ant Q. Foundation degree in Science in Information Communication Technology, Kiara Mary Cullen. James Brettel. This concludes the presentation of award holders from the School of Computer, Telecommunications and Networks.
And this completes the first presentation of awards to students from the Faculty of Technology, Engineering and the Environment.
We are this morning delighted to be conferring the award of Doctor of the University upon Mr. Phil Smith. I now call upon the University Orator to give the citation.
Chancellor, Lady Mayoress, Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, colleagues, graduands. Today we confer the degree of Honorary Doctor of Birmingham City University, honoris causa, on Phil Smith, UK and Ireland Chair of Cisco and Chairman of the UK Technology Strategy Board. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard earlier that many of the jobs today's graduates will find themselves performing may not exist as they sit here now. By definition, that's quite a difficult idea to get hold of when you're thinking forwards, but easy enough when you look back. 30 years ago, the internet hadn't really been invented. Clouds formed only in the sky. Personal computers meant for many of us those evil Amstrad machines that needed a start-up disk and nerves of steel if you were not to lose months of work when you moved from one 2-kilobyte storage drive to another. The idea that anyone could make a great career out of connecting up millions of those little green monsters and their offspring was 30 years ago fairly preposterous. But 30 years ago is when Phil Smith entered the ICT industry, working first for IBM and then Philips Technology, and the trajectory of his great career has, you might say, followed that of the internet itself, rapidly developing, gaining ever greater prominence, moving between business and life with increasing speed. And if ever there was a career built on seizing the moment of global technological change, it is Phil Smith's. Cisco, you probably know, is the worldwide leader in networking for the internet. Thanks to inclusive staffing policies and a feel for the social as well as the technological moment, Cisco is widely recognized not just as a hugely successful and influential business, but as a great place to work. It's even listed in the Times newspaper's top 50 places where women want to work. This is great news for anyone who buys the stereotype of ICT types as hobbity men inhabiting darkened rooms with unwashed clothes. Fortunately, we don't seem to have any of those graduating today. Like so many successful chief executives, Phil Smith rose through the ranks of Cisco, serving in the Europe and Emerging Markets division for many years, and then doing a stint as Vice President for Technology and Marketing in Europe. During this period, he also showed outstanding leadership in highlighting the Cisco brand and developing new technologies in video and virtualization. Now, the sign of a great career is rarely what you achieve in the day job. It's what happens during the rest of the time. Phil Smith has been a tireless champion both of the technological agenda and of good causes. He sits on the board for Young Enterprise, for the Employers Forum for Disability, and for eSkills UK. He's a member of the Foundation for Science and Technology, of the CBI, of the Council for Industry and Higher Education. He has made signal contributions to women's education and business opportunity, winning a Mentor of the Year award from the Deputy Prime Minister at the Women of the Future Awards. He was also a founding member of the Leaderboard, a group of 30 UK chief executives who compete in triathlon sports to raise money for comic relief and for projects in the UK and Africa. As chair of the UK's Technology Strategy Board since 2011, he's responsible for hundreds of millions of pounds of innovative projects and recognised as one of the country's most influential leaders in the Computer Weekly UK Tech 50 Awards. For all of us here today, life is quite hard to imagine and even to bear without the IT we have now. Phil Smith's career has been devoted to getting us to that happy point, and it's up to the graduates here today to take up that challenge and make future generations grateful that they too showed the flair and energy for innovation that has brought Phil Smith, a leader among leaders, to this platform today. So Chancellor, Lady Mayoress, Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, colleagues, graduands, it gives me great pleasure to invite the Vice-Chancellor to present for the degree of Honorary Doctor of Birmingham City University, honoris causa, Phil Smith.
As Vice-Chancellor, I exercise the authority of Senate and confer the award of Doctor of the University honoris causa on Mr. Phil Smith. I invite you, Chancellor, to present the degree parchment and the commemorative medal. Well, that completes the conferment of the award of Doctor of the University honoris causa. I'm delighted that Mr. Smith will be addressing this congregation later this morning. But I now invite Professor Mel Lees to continue with the presentation of award holders and the Chancellor to receive our graduates.
I invite Dr. Sandy Kirkham to the lectern to present the award holders from the School of Digital Media Technology.
Bachelor of Science with Honours in Digital Media Technology, with First Class Honours, Thomas David Cooper. Waqar Zafar Bhatti. Drew Brough. Rachel Sweat Yi Gan. Alexandru Tudor Getu Bajan. Nicola Grease. Lawrence Oliver Halford. Andrew Markle. Tamara Shannon Matthews. Robert Jack Oliver. Tamina Parveen. Holly Louisa Smith. Manoj Tamang. Harpreet Virk. Liam Joseph Kerr. Johnson Lai. Hamza Majid. Mohammed Suhail. Mohammed Shoaib Hasham. Bachelor of Science with Honours in Film Production and Technology, with First Class Honours, Ria May Allen. With First Class Honours, Alice Barlow. With First Class Honours, Ryan Keith Hooker. With First Class Honours, Thomas Rans Hutt. With First Class Honours, Luke David Ollerton. Daniel Adewole Adewunmi. Nathan Junior Alene. Rabaka Chowdhury. Carrie Ann De Silva. Catherine Ann Fitzgerald. Ignacio Grandia Lutz. Joseph Benjamin Lynch. Kudzaya Israel Mukuramuru. Barry Gregory McCallion. Syed Udin. Idris Asumanu. Obayed Hussein Khan. Anisa Chmiem. Javier Singh. Pragya Singh. Stephen Nagu Tonte. Bachelor of Science with Honours in Film Technology and Visual Effects, with First Class Honours, Jonathan Ashley Day. With First Class Honours, Martin John Lowe. With First Class Honours, Tommy Monaghan Gray. With First Class Honours, Oliver John Alexandra Francesco Rossetti. Wasim Adam Bouglagem. Lewis Hudson. Dilwar Hussain. Samantha Moles. Christopher Edward Nichols. Abigail Sarah Roberts. Tom Peter Rosenkrantz. Sharon Tang. Bachelor of Science with Honours in Music Technology with First Class Honours, Daniel Michael Bowe. With First Class Honours, Natalie Melissa Cullen. With First Class Honours, Oliver James Hawker. With First Class Honours, Adam Maguire. With First Class Honours, Joseph Adam Oxenon. With First Class Honours, Christopher James Scott. David Matthew Armstrong. Benjamin Joseph Bass. Nicholas Brooke Hart. Carl Jason Kohler. Ethan Lowry. Maximilian Wyndham Mayers. Adriana Anka Minu. Charles Alexander Parry. Patrick Carol Rowinski. Cara Emily Jane Lack. Andrew Paul Saywood. Bachelor of Science with Honours in Sound and Multimedia Technology, Robert Arno Duverstein. George William Thorneloe Gadd. Adam Joel Gordon. Rodri Wynne Owen. Jacob Liam Palmer. Danielle Phillips. Bachelor of Science with Honours in Sound Engineering and Production with First Class Honours, David Joshua Bagby. With First Class Honours, Miles Christopher Dakin. With First Class Honours, Timothy Dutton. With First Class Honours, Ashley Kenneth Eastwood. With First Class Honours, Rory John Fulwell. With First Class Honours, Jonathan James Girling. With First Class Honours, Jonathan William Hogg. With First Class Honours, Benijah Mackinnon Howell. With First Class Honours, Matthew Brooke Jackson. With First Class Honours, Nicholas Jeffrey Robert Gillings. With First Class Honours, Thomas Ryan Lee. With First Class Honours, Peter Simon Marchant. With First Class Honours, Henry Charles Moody. With First Class Honours, David James Robinson. With first class honours, Amy Louise Russell. With first class honours, Joel Omarel Simmons. With first class honours, Edward Greg Taylor. With first class honours, Alistair Charles Turl. With first class honours, William Joshua Underwood. With first class honours, Christopher Ashley Simon Warren. With first class honours, Matthew Winfield. Lewis Paul Ablett. Quinton Joseph Cumberbatch. Laura Jane Gardiner. Matthew John Hughes. Callum Anthony Jackson. Mitchell Charles Knight. Timothy James Miller. Rachel Hoi Ying Ning. Joshua Samuels. Peter William Sawyers. Philip Ivan Sawyers. Tony Mark Smith. Troy Stevens. Peter Gerard Stiles. Zachariah Dexter Sullivan. Hafiz Afolabi Ajala. Thomas Gregory Kelly. Sherman Luong. Agatha Lewandowski. Peter Richard Mills. Rob Matthew Thomas. Alexander Roger Vine. Dewey Garman Roberts. Bachelor of Science with Honours in Television Technology and Production, Devinder Baraj. Hayley Eagle. Jack Steve Hawksworth. Harandeep Kaur here. Georgina Mary Ramsdale. Jordan Anthony Ransted. Lawrence Shane Fumilayo Carpenter. This concludes the presentation of award holders from the School of Digital Media Technology.
I now invite Parmjit Cheema to the lectern to present award holders from the School of Engineering, Design and Manufacturing Systems.
Master of Science in Automotive Calibration and Control, Christopher James Nutter. Master of Science in Enterprise Systems Management, with distinction, Masoke David Livingston Kamuzi. With distinction, Meghana Toreng. Master of Science in Logistics and Supply Chain Management. With distinction, Henry Galaku Yakuzi. Nayan Bohara. Innocent Ehinie Iowagu. Anju Joy. Master of Science. Master of Science in Mechanical Engineering, Xinhua Yang. Master of Science in Project Management, with distinction, Amino Bator. With distinction, Aniba Sariba Abiyaye Braid. Vivian Chinoso Ayakiyaka. Habib Mohammed Mongono. Master of Science in Quality Management, Hardial Goriwal. Claire Esther Keel. Bachelor of Engineering with Honours in Automotive Engineering, with First Class Honours, Bogdan Nikale Brute. With First Class Honours, William Michael Godden. With First Class Honours, Adam Bilal Qudri. With First Class Honours, Stephen David Trede. With First Class Honours, Jack Worrell. Naam Clifford Tran van Katsel. Mohammed Mustafa Chowdhury. Andrew Coates. Sanjay Damodaran. Jack Hardwick. Tendai Witness Kafadurai. Nilesh Sureshbhai Patel. Ali Sadat. Christian Ano. Dexter Lincoln Maffa. Bachelor of Engineering with Honours in Management of Manufacturing Systems, with First Class Honours, Nadia Karwal Chowdhury. Ben Cuffley. Matthew John Guy. Dilshad Mahmood. Neville Ashley Moraine. Bachelor of Engineering with Honours in Mechanical Engineering, with First Class Honours, David Adlogan. With First Class Honours, Habib Ali. With First Class Honours, Mashina Aradum. With First Class Honours, Prince Nai Notore Aye. With First Class Honours, David Timothy Beardsmore. With First Class Honours, Daniel Adam Cousins. With First Class Honours, Samson Daniel. With First Class Honours, Adam Dixon. With First Class Honours, Thomas James Fairchild. With First Class Honours, David Michael Forbes. With first class honours, Anthony Samuel Fullwood. With first class honours, Robert James Hazel. With first class honours, Owen James Jeffs. With first class honours, Amrit Kaur. With first class honours, Abbas Kandwala. With first class honours, Jack Daniel Kirby. With first class honours, Jonathan Edward Manley. With first class honours, David James Miles. With first class honours, Abhilasha Rawat. With first class honours, Hamza Salim. With first class honours, Amandeep Singh Sandhu. With first class honours, Owen Michael Sidley. With first class honours, Owen George Smith. With first class honours, Alexander Thompson. With first class honours, Scott Ian Wood. With first class honours, Harrison Christopher Yeo. Simon Andrew Brown. Ewan Alexander Campbell. David Sunil Chumba. Amir Suman Hussain. Benson Paul Joseph. Sorry? Okay. Stephen Lee Kretschmann. Mohammed Jamil Mahmood. Matthew James McGinty. Mubarak Mohammed I. Mohammed. Norbert Oching Okoth. Tony Michael Ora. Aaron Mark Robello. Dominic Charles Todd. Lok Hin Yip. Harcharan Singh Bansal. Samik Ghosh. Adam Richard Paul Holland. Leopold Alexander Frederick Lewis. Jerome Nikethan Premachandran. Matthew Lennox Sylvester. Bachelor of Science with honours in Motorsports Technology with first class honours, Kerry Lewis Davis. With first class honours, Joshua John Clibbery. With first class honours, Matthew John Dunstall. With first class honours, Dean Benjamin Forrest. With first class honours, Adam Christopher Hodgkinson. With first class honours, Jake Douglas McKenna. With first class honours, Matthew Neil Pincher. Adam. With first class honours, Adam James Rowlandson. With first class honours, Marco Sidoli. With first class honours, Joshua Lloyd Tipper. Louis Dominic Fox. Thomas Gardner. Daniel Francis Homman. Thomas Stewart Hunt. Craig Patrick Sadler. Andre Earl White. Foundation degree in Sciences in Logistics, Martin Jones. Colette Marie Montag. Michael Gregory Ward. This concludes the presentation of award holders from the School of Engineering, Design and Manufacturing Systems.
And this completes the presentation of graduates from the Faculty of Technology, Engineering and the Environment. As Executive Dean, I would like to extend my own congratulations to all of the university's graduates who are with us here today. Now that you've received your awards, you join a community of thousands of Birmingham City University alumni around the world. We will follow your careers with interest and look forward to celebrating your successes throughout your lives. Our alumni make a great deal of difference across the globe in a variety of ways. The Birmingham City University Alumni of the Year scheme recognises graduates whose achievements and contributions to the community have been outstanding. This year, the university has named 5 Alumni of the Year, and I'm delighted to present one of them to you today. Andrew Weeks completed his PGCE in secondary education in 2006. Today, we recognise him as one of our Alumni of the Year in the category of Enterprise and Innovation. Andy originally came to Birmingham City University to train as a music teacher and went on to spend 6 years teaching. But at the same time, he was developing his enthusiasm around the emerging technology of mobile applications. When Steve Jobs announced the iPhone App Store in 2008, Andy instantly downloaded the free development software from the Apple website and started working with it in his spare time. In 2011, he went part-time so that he could focus on his developing business iCandy apps. He was inspired by some code that enabled old Nokia phones to map the stars. With some adaptation and development, what emerged was the Night Sky, an app which enables users to identify stars and planets just by pointing their device at the sky. Andy launched the Night Sky in 2011. It was an immediate hit and has sold over 4 million copies to date. Night Sky 2 followed in 2013 and was selected by Apple Retail to be one of the demo apps on all of its in-store iPads worldwide, an honor given only to a handful of applications. People have been gazing at the stars for thousands of years. The Night Sky app is a wonderful example of how 21st century technology can help people understand and appreciate one of the oldest views in the universe. As Andy puts it, technology should enhance life but not take away life experiences. It also demonstrates how apps have been democratized the digital landscape. The door is open to anyone with an interest in the subject to pursue a good idea and turn it into a successful business. Technology is constantly changing, and iCandy Apps already has several exciting developments in the pipeline. If with this Andy can achieve in just a few years, we will follow what he does in the next few years with interest. As he has proved, not even the sky is the limit. For this reason, I am delighted to name Andy as one of the Birmingham City University's Alumni of the Year, and now invite the Chancellor to present the commemorative parchment. I now invite our honorary award recipient, Phil Smith, to address the congregation.
Well, Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, Lady Mayoress, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for the opportunity to talk to you for a few minutes, although it does seem rather anonymous that I get given this privilege when I'm the honorary doctorate, and you, of course, have done all the hard work over the last 3 or so years, so thank you for that anyway. But I'm extremely honoured to receive this recognition. It means a lot to me, and of course to my mum, who's with me today, which is great to see in the audience. However, one of the things you learn in business is to take opportunities when they arise, and so I'll take these few minutes to share some reflections with you that may be important at this particularly critical time in your lives and your careers. The world you're emerging into was many similarities to the one I entered 35 years ago. Back in 1979, when I graduated from Glasgow University, we had the first Scottish devolution referendum. We had economic challenges, although of a slightly different nature, with the interest rate at 17% then. And Manchester City in those days, believe it or not, and Wolves were paying outrageous record fees for footballers, and that day it was £1.5 million. However, in many ways, it's a very different world. If I, back then, I actually graduated, believe it or not, before the internet was invented. I realise that's quite difficult to grasp. But, mobile phone was one that had a long cable attached to the wall. And if I'd said, hashtag OMG, you would have thought I was completely crazy, which is probably similar to what you think now, of course. And Twitter clearly was a bird, or the noise that a bird made rather than anything else. And in fact, when I told my 23-year-old son, Gregory, recently, that in the 1970s we had power cuts, which actually meant that electricity was switched off at 10 o'clock in the evening, the very first question he said to me is, well, what did you do about the internet? It's like... So, however, this amazing new world that you're emerging into has opened incredible opportunities that I just couldn't have imagined back then. You routinely collaborate with others from all around the world when you work, when you learn and you play. And that provides you with a very different and I think valuable global perspective that was rare back then and so important in this world where global competition and the battle for skills will be the key battle, I believe, in the 21st century. So I thought I might reflect on some things that I've learned over the years that may be useful in your new connected life. So if you forgive me the indulgence, I wanted to share some of that learning in the context of one of my passions outside of work, which is the sport of triathlon, as you heard earlier on, a sport which requires you to compete in 3 disciplines of swimming, cycling, and running. I do think it's important to have passions outside of work, because these are the things that keep you sane when all around is madness, which seems so often to be the case. My wonderful wife, Steph, who's with me today, and my 4 kids have been my distracting passion for the bulk of my working life. But in recent times, and I'm sure partly due to midlife crisis, I've become extremely keen in triathlons. I think one of the things that triathlon teaches you is the metaphor for life, other than the obvious need to be flexible, is that rarely one skill is enough to survive and prevail. Whereas in triathlon, it helps if you can swim, cycle, and run. In life and in business, I believe those who can adapt to different styles, will if they can't adapt, they'll struggle in business. And sometimes it pays to have a cooperative style. In other circumstances, a bit of benign dictatorship is valid. And at others, a touch of intransigence. Having more than one style in your kit bag is a key advantage. So back to triathlon. If you've ever watched the beginning of a triathlon, the swim, sometimes referred to as the washing machine, you will realize that it's important to survive in crowded waters. A singular focus in moving ahead to ignore the blows and distractions of others and to keep on course are useful lessons in life, as they are in this sport. It also helps you to stop drowning, which is a good thing too. After the swim, of course, comes the bike. So after a seamless transition, you've got to reflect really on one of the most important learnings and metaphors for business life, and that is you should try your hardest to use the machinery and support you have available. In the case of triathlon, that will be a ridiculously light carbon bike or a strange-looking aerodynamic helmet. But in business, most successful people I've ever met are the absolute experts in using every tool, resource, offer of help, or function they can possibly use. In rare cases where you're allowed to draft or use the slipstream of others to make it easier for yourself, you can improve your time by 15 to 20%. And it's always best in life and in business to build on the support of others. And that's true in business, it's true in life, and it's certainly true in triathlon. In the final triathlon discipline, the run, it's vital to keep the momentum up and never give up. There'll be many times in your life, and you may have just been through one with your degree, where dropping the pace or even giving up seemed the only option. One thing I've learned from competing in triathlon is unless you keep up the pace and believe that you can and will succeed, the run, in the run, it can make all the previous efforts much less worthwhile. In business and in triathlon, there's much to learn, so let me share a few rules in business life that I believe will stand you in good stead. The first rule I think in business is that people are people, and it's people who make all the difference in business. In my experience, business is all about great people. As a leader, your primary job should be to build the best team. Jim Collins, who is the author of the American author of Great to Good, saliently wrote, "The most important decisions that business people make are not the what decisions, but the who decisions." So I would advise you that every opportunity to hire people who are better than you, it will invariably work out for the best. The second golden rule I would share with you are that things rarely turn out as you expect. Life and business have the habit of throwing things at you which you might not expect. I didn't imagine I'd end up as chief exec of a 6,500-person company in the UK, turning over several $1 billion a year, when I went for an interview to a 10-person company in High Wycombe, who had one product at the time. I think it's great to plan, but it's even better to adapt. Charles Darwin notably said, "It's not the strongest or most intelligent who survive, but those who can best manage change." Look in recent times at the lack of adaptation of companies like BlackBerry and Nokia, who have really failed to adapt. My third rule would be grab the opportunity when you can and make the change. I know many people will tell you you should have all of your career mapped out at this time, and I'm sure there are a few lucky ones amongst you who have done just that. But for most mortals like myself, it is wise to think about taker opportunities when they come around. Almost everyone I know who's good in business has had many different roles and jobs, and I would recommend to you that every opportunity you should do the same. The leaders of the future, I believe, will be those who have a wide and varied experience and learn from it. And the last rule is love what you do. Particularly nowadays, you're looking forward to a long working life. Yes, I believe it or not, you could actually be working for the next 50 years or maybe more. And it would be a real shame to spend the bulk of that time being miserable. So there are great jobs that suit everyone. Very different job for one person can be a complete nightmare for someone else. So try and spend a significant part of your life and career doing things that excite you. It will invariably end up doing a much better job. So it's your life now. Believe it or not, it's up to you. You may well have to get yourself out of bed in the morning, no more daytime TV, become a thing of the past. But the opportunities are endless, and they will be made by you. As graduates, you're in the very top tier of educated individuals. Make the best of it and recognize that it's up to you. So at this hugely important time of your life, you don't need to listen to me, but I genuinely feel that your opportunities are boundless. You should have no boundaries. Everything is possible for you. I never expected to be where I am today. I'm delighted to have what I have. I've been married for 33 years to my wonderful wife, and I have 4 amazing children, and with theirs and many others' support, I've achieved what I have in my life. So back to my triathlon exploits. I took up the sport 5 years ago, and I try hard, had fun, but believe it or not, I've just returned on Monday from Edmonton in Canada, where I represented Great Britain in my age group in the World Championships. Something I never would have believed possible. So George Bernard Shaw said once unkindly that youth is wasted in the young. Looking out at the hopeful and ambitious faces I see before me, youth is energy. That youth is vitality. That youth is hope. I think he was very wrong, and I congratulate you on your achievements so far. I wish you all the best in your lives, and I'm confident you'll change the world. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Smith. Fantastic words of advice to you all. I think the metaphor of the triathlon is a great one, and the rules, and I hope you will heed all of that advice from an incredibly successful businessman in the area that many of you have just graduated from. And I hope you will go on to do many of the great things that Dr. Smith has achieved. Now we're coming to the end of the ceremony. Well done. You've all successfully crossed the stage. You look so smart and with great confidence. That shows the good signs of great, confident, successful graduates. Your hands will be nice and warm, glowing from the applause of so many graduates this morning. I must thank your friends and families for testing out the marvellous acoustics of this hall with cheering and whooping. Well done. And I did wonder this morning whether some of our technology students would use the technology to have a few selfies. So you didn't disappoint. Well done. And so enjoy the rest of the day. And it now brings me towards the end, the last stage of this morning, because I'd like to invite Stacey Watkins, who was graduated from the BA Honours, well done, Information and Communications Technology program this morning, and she'll be saying the last few words, addressing this congregation on behalf of you, our graduates. Stacey.
Oh wow, there's a lot of you. Good morning. My name is Stacey Watkins, and I am a graduate from the BSc Information and Communications Technology programme. There are a whole host of people I would like to thank on behalf of the Students' Union, graduates and guests here today. I would like to start by thanking our Chancellor. Thank you for taking time out of your demanding schedule to attend our ceremony this morning. We are grateful to you for the interest you have shown in our achievements here today and for helping make this a truly memorable occasion for us all. I would like to thank our honorary doctorate recipient, Phil Smith, for sharing some of his thoughts and experiences with us, and to congratulate Andrew Weeks as one of our Alumni of the Year recipients. I'm sure that they have both given us some food for thought as we take the first steps into our respective careers. Please also join me in giving our talented musicians from Birmingham Conservatoire, directed by Professor Chris Holding, a warm round of applause as they have created a special atmosphere for this unique event. And we must also recognise the encouragement and support that our family and friends have given us all in our student journey. So in a moment, I will ask you to all stand, turn around and join me in giving them a well-deserved round of applause. Please stand. Your graduation is a celebration of your achievement and marks the beginning of an amazing journey. As you leave Birmingham City University and begin the next phase of your life, I hope that you take away not just academic excellence and real-world skills, but that, like me, you will have many treasured memories, experiences, and friendships. Finally, I would like to give a very special mention to my fellow course mates, or as we are known, Team ICT. I thank you all for making university a truly memorable and inclusive experience. Also not forgetting the myriad of lecturers and support staff that helped us flourish along the way. I send my warmest congratulations to everyone who graduated this year and wish you all every success in your future careers. I should now like to invite the Vice-Chancellor to close this morning's proceedings. Thank you very much.
Well done, Stacey. Thank you. I now declare this congregation closed. Can I ask you please to stand? And while the stage party processes out of the hall to the music accompaniment, thank you all very much.
Thank you.